Everybody, it's the Mike Missanelli Show. We are on the air, and it is beautiful Wednesday. This is the day of the NBA draft. We'll be talking about that a lot today. We'll start out with the Phillies. Tough loss last night in Houston. I didn't think they were going to win that game last night, but I also didn't think that they were going to lose a pitching duel to that extent, where Ranger Suarez really pitched his brains out until that home run that he gave up. And they just struggle with Framber Valdez. They let him off the hook. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Now, here's the bottom line, folks. Their lineup against left-handers is not good enough. It's just not. You know, if I was pitching against the Phillies, I'd stack as many left-handers as I could to pitch in a series against them. Because the bottom line versus lefties is this. They have to put 3 non-major league quality players in the lineup. I don't want to pick on people intentionally, but let's face it. Kemp, Kennedy, and Rojas stacked at the bottom of the order is brutal. They went 0 for 10 overall last night. Rojas and Kennedy were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They're not major league quality players. And no matter what this organization seems to think or what they try to sell, you can't have a bottom of the lineup that's like that. Now, they did get one break last night when they were able to reverse the order and get the leadoff hitter back up because Framber Valdez did not complete a double play and instead got a force out on Kemp at third base. But the bottom line is you can get those guys out and get out of the inning very quickly without turning over the lineup. So it's troubling to me. It's troubling me when I look at guys like Rojas and Kennedy and even Kemp. I mean, listen, I know people want the kid to succeed. He looks like he's a good kid. He looks like he hustles a little bit. Not a major league quality player. And so that brings you back to the topic of how they can improve themselves. You mean to tell me if a left-hander is facing them in the playoffs, in any playoff series, you're confident that those 3 guys are going to be in your lineup? Now, they all 3 of them won't be in the lineup because Harper will be back. I get it. But you're platooning in left field now. You're platooning at second base, which seems to be working out okay. But I just don't see the Rojas-Kemp thing if they're going to be regular parts of your lineup. So there's that. Now, the NBA draft. Here's the way I see it. And we released a digital video of me saying what I would do. I would trade down, and I would take Malawak, the center from Duke. And a lot of people took exception to that. Let me just quickly make a case here. A, Embiid in this town is finished. All right? We've seen the best of Joel Embiid. You know it. I know it. If you don't want to admit it, if you want to go with this pie in the sky thing that he's going to be healthy next year, even if he is healthy, we have seen the best of what he is. So you're going to have to start retooling this whole thing that you've created, foolishly, by the way, with all these veteran big 3 players that you thought were going to take you home. I don't care how weak the East is. The Sixers are inferior. So I get a center who in the NBA, you win with centers like this now. You win with athletic centers who are rim protectors, who can run the floor, get an occasional dunk, get an alley-oop dunk. You don't play in the post anymore in this league. You play in transition. And the teams that they showed you, if you play hard defense and you play fast, you can win. Well, the Sixers aren't that team, so you got to start turning into that team. So that's what I say. And here's the other thing. Anybody that I can take at 3 on is not going to help me this year. So why wouldn't I plan for the future right now? Is Ace Bailey going to help you this year? No. Is Con Knipple going to help you this year? No. Is the kid from Texas going to help you this year? Probably not, because you have some guards. What kind of playing time is that kid going to get? So why wouldn't you trade back and take a guy who could be a legitimate Mitchell Robinson with better talent center that you can use as a rim protector, and you don't have to have the 30-point game anymore from your center? All right? That's my position. I know you hate it. There are a lot of people saying, here, a guy put out a tweet to me, and he said, how does this guy still have a job? How do I still have a job? All these basketball experts that are out there. I'll tell you what, here's my advice. Try to break into sports media. If you're so big and bad and you're so knowledgeable, try to break into sports media. Don't give me your freaking armchair opinions. You know, we do this for a living. All right? Get into business if you're that sophisticated, if you're that good, if you're that perceptive. Right, Ray? That's what I say. Look at you. You got into the business.
People are still wondering how every day, Mike.
You know what I'm saying? These people say, how could this guy still have a job? Because you disagree with my opinion? I just gave you 3 logical reasons for what my opinion is. Nobody that you take at 3 is going to help you. So why not trade back? Get a little draft capital in it and take a guy that you know eventually can be a center in this NBA, because this is how the centers are being spawned now in the NBA. Now, I know you don't agree with that, Ray.
No.
That's okay.
No. I think just with Mullock specifically, and I went back yesterday after we had this conversation, because it's not a pathway I really saw you going down with this, and it made me think, hey, maybe I should reconsider, I should look into it. It's just, you talk about him, running the floor, and yes, he can do that, but his hands are brutal. He's really, I know he can develop, you get stronger.
I don't think his hands are that brutal. I've seen him make catches and dunk and listen, he's going to have to work on some things. There's no question about it. But every player you draft is going to have to work on some things after number 2.
Well, I understand. I mean, everyone in general, I think, has to, once you take that leap from going to college to the pros, you have stuff to work on. I think the only home run you feel like you have it's Cooper Flagg. Dylan Harper stands out amongst the rest of the players, but I think Cooper Flagg's the only one in this draft that I think you say, slam dunk, year 1 is going to be able to elevate the team that he's on. Harper's a nice piece that you feel is going to be a prominent role in the team, but I don't think, I think tier-wise, this is third and below is third tier in this draft, and it's 2 guys that are in tiers by themselves after this. So I understand what you're saying. All these guys have things to work on. I just look at him, and the fact he doesn't pull down a rebound in that tournament game, he's not big, he's not strong.
Every keeps looking at that game, and I go, okay, he's still, at the end of the day, has a 7'2" wingspan. And do you think Bona could be a starting center in this league?
No.
Okay. Well, you got to find a starting center who can do those kind of things that Malawak does. That's just the way I look at it. Now, am I 100% stalled on it? No. But I'm just suggesting what I would do. Since I can't get anybody that's going to contribute right away, by the time this kid is ready to really be a starting center, where's Embiid? He's no longer a part of this team. So at least you would have that guy.
Well, it's not that he's no longer a part of this team. He's still on the roster.
Yeah, but he won't be part of this team in 3 years. And I would work to trade him now. I still think you could find somebody who thinks they could be a contender who would take on Embiid and try to work it. That's all my logic is involved in this NBA draft. Now, will it happen? Probably won't. They'll probably sit there and they'll take Ace Bailey. What do I know? But we'll have to talk about it today. Now, what I said about the Phillies, Kemp, Kennedy, Rojas stacked at the bottom of the order is brutal. Agree or not?
Agree. Yeah, I mean, this has been the conversation that I think we've had time and time again, and it was one of the refreshing things about Sunday night against the Mets, where they get to Peterson, they get to a lefty, but their lineup against a left-handed pitcher is not good enough. And we've been talking about a right-handed bat. It's been the one thing I've been pounding. Like, if you get a left fielder that has power from the right side, that is a dream for me come the trade deadline, because you need that in your lineup. You just don't have enough power from the right side, and you are not good enough against good left-handed pitching, and that doesn't change it.
I don't know what this organization sees when they bring up guys like Kennedy and Kemp and have Rojas still in the big leagues. Listen, I know you believe in your system and you think guys can play. These guys aren't major league players. Come on now. Let's go out and get a major league player and solidify this outfield. Hopefully they do it by the trade deadline. But don't try to sell me that these guys are part of the picture. 610-632-0975. You really needed to preserve Buddy Kennedy because he exercised that clause? You're going to play him at first base every day now against a left-hander? Come on now. Mike Missanelli Show continues after this.
We want to hear
Mike Missanelli Show. Just for the record, we'll start it out with your NBA mock draft. As I think this is ESPN's mock draft, so everybody's mock draft is a little different, but the first two don't change. It's Cooper Flagg and it's Dylan Harper. And with the third pick, this mock draft has the Sixers taking V.J. Edgecombe. That's Ray's guy, V.J. Edgecombe, athletic. Not ready yet for the NBA, but they have him selected. The Sixers selecting him. Charlotte Hornets take Con Knipple. That's a reach, but Charlotte takes him because, Tobacco Road and all that. Utah Jazz at 5 take Jeremiah Fears from Oklahoma, the point guard. The Washington Wizards then grab Ace Bailey, and that's kind of where he wants to go because they get some playing time there. The New Orleans Pelicans take Malawak, and at 7. The Brooklyn Nets take Trey Johnson at 8. And the Toronto Raptors, this is interesting, they'll take Noah Essengay. He's a forward from he's French, but he plays in the German league. Now, did you hear the story about this kid?
No, I did not.
Noah Essengay is engaged in the German League Finals playoffs, Game 3, the best of 5. Up 2-1. He left the team to join the NBA draft stuff in New York.
What?
Yeah, he left his team for Game 4, which could have been the closeout game, to fly to New York to be part of that the NBA draft.
As in, Game 4 was this week?
Game 4 was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes. He left his team high and dry because he says the NBA is his dream, and he wanted to be part of the green room process.
Buddy, the draft's today. The game was yesterday.
Exactly.
Play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to talk to the media a million times.
Yeah, that's a guy who bailed out on his teammates. Now, is that telling?
Windhorse will be able to ask you about your life dreams any day of the week now, going on the rest of your life. Why are you going to the media scrum?
The Toronto Raptors wanted to do a private workout for him, so he left his team and did the private workout and route to New York for a green room participants media day.
Here's a great idea for a workout. Game 4. Have them watch the game. Send them the tape.
I swear to God, these kids, they got loyalty to themselves, man.
What in the world?
They're playing in the German. They could have clinched the series. They could. It's a best of 5. They would have won Game 4. They would win the series. In fact, they lose Game 4 now.
So what? When's Game 5?
I don't know when Game 5 is, but they're now tied 2-2.
Now, this would be an all-time redemption arc. He gets drafted, and instead of celebrating getting drafted,
goes back and plays.
But also all-time risk. Imagine he gets drafted, goes and plays Game 5, gets hurt. Why you should have closed it up in Game 4.
All right.
How do you leave your team?
Let me get to the Phillies game last night. All right, they just go to the top of the second. 2 on, nobody out, if you recall. Because Valdez had problems with the strike zone. Kennedy. Chopper to the pitcher. Now, that's a dead double play. But Framber Valdez, for some reason, goes to third base, and they force out Kemp at third base. Rojas strikes out. Turner comes out, and he flies out. Top of the 4th. Kemp gets on an error on the usually sure-handed Christian Walker. Sosa doubles. 2nd and 3rd. Kemp is thrown out at the plate on a chopper by Buddy Kennedy. Rojas flies out. End of the inning. Now, we're going to have Jason Stark on a little later today. And Jason had a 30-minute podcast episode with Dave Dombrowski in which he said a lot of things that you will hear. In fact, let's give them the people a little bit of taste on Dombrowski on the podcast Starksville. Let's just get Dombrowski on Starkville number 2, Ray.
Window is closing. Well, I agree, and yet I disagree with that quite strongly because maybe it's closing with all these exact players because we have some free agents at the end of the year and your chances of maybe re-signing all of them is not going to be good. But you never know what happens. But also, we still have a good core of young players that are with our organization. We still have good starting pitching, and that's going to be with us for years. And we're also starting to get an influx of talent from our minor league system. So we didn't talk about Otto Kemp before. Well, we like Otto Kemp. We think Otto Kemp's going to be a player that can help us for years to come. We've got Justin Crawford, who's doing great at AAA and wouldn't be hesitant if the need came up to bring him up to the major league level. We've got a 21-year-old shortstop at the AA level that can play other positions too, Aiden Miller, who has a chance to be a star player. So those players aren't very far away. And I've always felt that the best clubs are the clubs that have a combination of veteran players and the young players, if they're good enough, that bring that enthusiasm, that hop in the step.
Okay. Do I need to comment on that? I don't know that I need to comment on that. But first of all, he says, well, I agree, but then I strongly disagree. So I don't know whether he's agreeing or disagreeing or not. But the plethora of young players that they have, I don't know. Otto Kemp, did you really say that?
Here, you can listen to it again.
Can I hear it again?
We're also starting to get an influx of talent from our minor league system. So we didn't talk about Otto Kemp before. Well, we like Otto Kemp. We think Otto Kemp's going to be a player that can help us for years to come.
That's enough. Influx of younger players, like Otto Kemp. Come on, man.
Well, I don't know if it got through to you the first time. I don't know if
it got through.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I can play it for you one more time.
I just listen. I see it differently. He sees it with the rose-colored glasses. Otto Kemp is not nearly major league player. Is going to help you for years to come.
Well, I can play it one more time. I think Dombrowski believes so. Are you sure? I mean, I think it's really.
All right, play.
I think you just
okay,
play
one more time.
We're also starting to get an influx of talent from our minor league system. So we didn't talk about Otto Kemp before. Well, we like Otto Kemp. We think Otto Kemp's going to be a player that can help us for years to come.
That's enough. An influx of talent. And the first guy he mentions is Otto Kemp.
For years to come, Mike. This is not just a platoon until the end of July.
25 years old.
Years to come, Mike.
Career minor leaguer, 25 years old.
Hey, there's still a lot in front of you at 25.
All right. In any event, let's go to a break. We'll come back. We got some telephone calls already. We got some text already. 610-632-0975 is how you get into the show. It is the Mike Missanelli Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
NBA Draft Day. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The 76ers hold the third pick in tonight's first round of the NBA Draft. A lot of mock drafts have the Sixers taking B.J. Edgecombe out of Baylor with the third overall pick. And Edgecombe was asked at his pre-draft media availability about his fit with the 76ers.
I think I'll be able to play off of them. They're great players. Embiid's the MVP of the league. Paul George is a runner-up before, so I just feel like I just fit in well with them.
We'll see if he ends up being the pick at 3, and we will have live reaction for you as the Fanatic live from the 76ers practice facility tonight in Camden starting at 7:30. Tune in right here to the Fanatic as we get reaction to the draft as it happens. The Astros shut down the Phillies last night with a 1-0 in the series opener down in Houston. Phillies wasted a gem from Ranger Suarez, who went 7 2/3, striking out 7 batters, allowing just 1 run. The Phillies will attempt to bounce back tonight. Zach Wheeler, Colton Gordon matching up on the mound. First pitch at 8:10. We'll have the Hall of Famer Jason Stark join us coming up at 12:25 to talk about all things Phillies and his conversation with President of Baseball Operations Dave Dombrowski. This update is brought to you by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole new floor inside your Macy's, and right now you'll find the latest summer styles all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It's a banger song, man. It always was. And you know what? She won't play this in concert anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Haley Williams, lead singer from Paramore. This is probably their most famous song. She won't sing it in concerts.
Not that I ever thought I was going to go see them in concert.
Yeah, I've seen them.
But if I were to, this would be the song I'd want to hear.
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, she did it when I saw them. It was actually a very good concert. She's wild, man. She's all over the stage, but she refuses to sing it. She says it's too trite now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, anyway, a little tidbit there. Here's another little tidbit. I'm sitting. This is under the information, maybe too much information, but I'm sitting at the desk today preparing for the show, and I smell something foul.
Yeah, I put on deodorant today.
I'm going. It wasn't you. I'm going. Boy, that smells. It smells like dog poop. And so I look down at my shoe, my sneaker, and in the crux of the nubs on the sole, sure enough, it's dog poo.
This is bad. This is very
And
bad.
here's what's worse. It's not my dog's poo. So some strange feces attached itself to the bottom of my beautiful white sneaker.
You ever feel like nothing good was ever going to happen to you?
There you go. And which necessitated me to go into the bathroom, put it under water. But of course, we don't have hot water in the bathroom. This is a one temperature water thing in the bathroom. Cold. Cold doesn't melt dog poo off the bottom of the sole. So what do I have to do? I have to scrunch up some paper towels and get in there and dig poop out of the sole of my shoe. Now, that's not something I want to do prior to coming in here. But here's the thing. I got it all out, but it's like that Seinfeld episode, right? The BO episode, where once the feces smell is in your nose, it stays there.
Yeah, I'm kind of grateful for how far our desks are pre-show because I didn't smell it, and now that it's not in my nose, I feel bad for you. But
nothing worse than that,
saves my
especially
day.
when you don't even know it. Usually, you'll know it because you'll get something that we call a slide play, and you go, ugh. But in this case, I don't know where I got it, but I'm sure I got it from some soul who didn't pick up dog poop from their dog, which is the responsibility of a pet owner.
do you think it was the old lady that you nearly ran over?
No, it had to be from me walking into the building somewhere.
Oh, here.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't have this on when I left the house. Anyway. My life. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Drew in Conshohocken to start things off. Drew, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Mike. This is my second time talking the draft to you, probably since the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we talked about Ace Bailey. I said I didn't like him because he won 15 games. Now I don't like him because of his attitude.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, if the kid can play, I don't care that he blew off these workouts. I really don't. It's kind of irrelevant to me.
Well, you know what? He's going to get plenty of playing time here. I mean, unless Paul George finds his heart. I mean,
I'm not sure he's going to get
position
plenty of playing time here in his first year, but we'll see.
Well, I really want to talk about these two kids from Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. Part of me just wants to not outthink ourselves. Get this guy Khan at number 2. I'm sorry, number 3. Just, look, the guy can shoot. He's a winner. He's going to replace Paul George.
Yeah, I don't see that either. I got to be honest with you. I don't see the requisite toughness in this kid. I don't think he can put the ball on the floor that well. I think he's an overvalued player, and I don't know how he's risen up that high.
Let's go with your idea then with Malachi. If we trade back and get him, is there a way we can?
Not Malachi.
Or Malawak,
Malawak, yeah.
Is there a way we can package some second rounders and find our way back into the back end of the first round? Have away with 2 number 1s?
Yeah, I think that's the idea of getting second rounders, so you can use them to move up a little bit. Whether you like somebody in the back end.
No, not really. But I just know between Maxey and McCain, we've had a lot of luck. So that's something I'd be willing to take on a project. A guy who's not going to do too much this year. I'd be willing to do that.
You also had the other kid who couldn't play, the defensive kid who now is in Portland. Right? Remember
I'm
that?
not sure who you're talking about.
Huh?
Thibault?
Thibault.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
he
wasn't a Maury pick.
He was selected in that 20s, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's doing too much in Portland.
No, he's not. He can't shoot, can never shoot.
Yeah,
but
he's not a Maury
you
guy.
know who might be worth a shot is the kid from St. Joe's. He's projected to go in the back end of the first round, Fleming. I think that kid's got some potential.
I can live with that. Take a local guy.
St.
Yeah,
Joe,
sure.
a St. Joe kid, right? There you go.
Hell yeah.
All right, Drew. Thanks for the call. That kid, who told me about that kid a while ago when he was a sophomore, going into his junior year at Camden High. His coach was none other than Rick Brunson.
Ah, that's right. When he was coaching over at Camden, I forgot
Rick
about
Brunson
that.
said to me, "That's my guy, man. Watch out for him."
He was, I think, a 0-star prospect that's kind of turned himself into something impressive. I mean, and he also stuck around, like, credit where credit's due, sticking around St. Joe's and, rising your way through and fighting in one program.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go, but I think he's got some innate abilities.
I agree with that. Also, by the way, you mentioned Thibault. You see, $11.5 million. I believe he opted into whatever option he had.
He's making $11 million.
Yeah, 11.5.
God bless these NBA players.
He shot
I swear to God.
43% from three last year.
Did he really? How many did he take? 10?
He took in total.
How many threes did he take?
48. He played 15 games.
Yeah, 48 threes. Okay.
I just never saw his 3-point percentage be that high.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Play 15 games. He opted to make
why it's high?
$11.5 million.
You know why that's high? Nobody guards him. Really? Nobody guards. Everybody sloughs off him.
Heck of a way to protect your shooting percentage. Just have your season end 15 games in.
Yeah.
You can't regress.
All right, so at 3, Ray, you are pretty solid. You're taking VJ Edgecombe.
Yes.
That's your guy.
Yep.
All right, so tell the people what you like about him.
What I like about him is I believe the athleticism is something that's selling everyone right now, but when you look at his defensive game, he is a bigger guard alongside two smaller guards that don't necessarily have defensive game. I mean, Maxey, we know the shortcomings defensively.
He's 6'4", though. He's not that big.
He's 6'4" without shoes.
All right.
Yeah, put shoes on, 6'5". Like, he's bigger than those two guys that you have already in your backcourt.
But you got Grimes at 6'5".
And that's great to have Grimes. But I look at what I just watched in the NBA Finals. I watched a lot of athletic guys that get up and down the floor and can really, really move in transition. He gives you an ability to run with Maxey.
He's
where
like
sometimes
a Benedict Mathurin type of athlete.
And well, if you want to talk about this draft specifically, you mentioned it. It's 1, 2, and then what am I getting at 3? If I could get a guy that really my project with him is shooting the basketball and finding out how you refine his offensive game, I'll take that. Like I don't want to worry about.
You know what? They're probably going to take him. I would think that's like 75% they'll take him at 3 if they don't move up.
Yeah, if they don't move out of it, I think he is the pick at 3.
He's their guy.
I don't think they're going to take Ace Bailey.
Yeah. All right. We got Greg and Tony on deck. Call-wise, we'll get to our text board on all this. 610-632-0975. Any reaction to the fact that I've got 3 right-handed hitters that can't hit in my lineup trying to win a I mean, really? Are people not perturbed by how they stack that bottom against left-handers on the text board? You got any feedback with that? No? Okay. Mike Missanelli Show continues after this.
Ricky Bo, Bill Colorula.
It's General Knowledge Wednesday.
That's true.
And guess what the prize is? Oh, my God. I can't believe I buried the lead.
Oh, we did here.
Today's General Knowledge Wednesday prize is a pair of tickets to the Phillies Padres game. Wednesday, July 2nd, a matinee. Oh, how nice it would be to take a day off and go to the Phillies game. July 2nd, 1 p.m. game, Phillies and Padres. That's a primo prize for today. And
Incredible prize.
Our categories, which Ray versus the audience, is general knowledge, which Ray usually excels at. U.S. baby boy names
All right.
by letter.
Sounds good.
The most popular names of boys by letter. You would have to get 3 of the 5.
Oh, interesting.
And most guest cities by U.S. state.
Most.
Now, if I give you a state, you got to give me the 4 most guest cities in that state. Tough. Those last 2 are
4.
tough.
Yeah, 4 is tough.
Maybe I'll reduce it for quick sale and go 3.
I'm just trying to think of the number of states where I know 4 cities.
All right, so this is what I'll do. I'll go 3 on the names and 3 on the cities.
All right,
in
sounds
the
good.
state. All right? So everybody on hold, you got a chance to win Phillies tickets. So we'll go, let's go to the text board before we get to the telephone calls. What's the text board saying today, Ray?
All right, we got some people chiming in with their plans for this draft, specifically not interested in another foreign big man who disappears in crucial moments, 0 rebounds in the Final Four game, and 4 fouls, and could only play 21 minutes. No thanks.
Don't go judge a guy by one game. Not one game. You can't judge a guy by one game. That's what I will caution. All right? Go ahead.
All right, another one here. You have to draft the best available at 3. It's Ace Bailey. He didn't work out for any NBA team, so the snub for the personal visit isn't a big deal. Ace is a Sixer. Book it.
All right? They'll take Ace. Much to your chagrin, Ray, if they take Ace. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think he wants to be here, and I'd rather not be in the business of guys who don't want to be here.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter to me. He'll learn to be here. Once he starts getting an NBA paycheck, once he starts seeing this arena and the excitement in this arena, we'll see if he wants to be here or not.
A lot of excitement around here right now for the Sixers?
There still is excitement in that arena. For reasons that are unclear to me, there still is a pretty good crowd that goes down there and watches them.
All right.
All right? What else?
Now we got someone vouching for Kincade. He can put the ball on the floor and create. He has a solid bag of handles and shot creation.
Yeah, he can't create.
Rewatch the tape.
Come on, he can't create. If he's creating in college. He's not going to create at this level. This is an entirely different defensive level here. You tell me Kniple's going to create and get the ball in the basket in this league? Come on now.
And we got someone that said, in my Mad Dog voice, great radio, poop dog talk there, Mikey.
I don't know what it is. People don't pick up the dog poop. What kind of world are we living in here? Crying out loud. All right. Back to the phones. Greg in Bethlehem checking in. What's up, Greggy?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Greg. How you doing?
I'm good. It's a little cooler here than it was, which is nice.
It's cooler in
Good day
Bethlehem?
for golf, I think.
Wait. In Bethlehem, it's cooler?
Cooler than it was earlier in the week.
Wow. Got to be 100 here today.
Yeah, I think I had 85 this morning when I went to Dunkin' Donuts. But anyway, anybody that thinks that Embiid is going to give them meaningful minutes, I think is living in a fantasy world, given the history. I just don't see it. And your idea of Malawat, I think, makes a lot of sense. Here's a guy who's got a lot of raw talent. You can't teach height. And when he's ready, the Sixers should have had an opportunity to rebuild a little bit. I mean, do you think that they're in rebuilding mode and just not telling us?
No, they think they're not in rebuilding mode. I think they should be in rebuilding mode. They still adhere to this idea that they're contenders.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think Morey is selling snake oil, but whatever.
I don't think he sells snake oil. I think he genuinely believes that what he's doing is proper. And that's even worse than snake oil. Because that shows me he's misguided.
Yeah, I can never read between the lines to whether he's selling us a bill of goods or if he really believes it.
He's admitted he'd rather have stars. Stars win is what he says. So even if they're aging stars, he's okay with it. And I go, in what world do aging stars ever pay dividends? They never do in this league. This is a young, fast league.
Yeah, nobody's giving away a player that's playing well. You know, we seem to have an ability to find players that are ready to crash and burn, and you know that's a problem, obviously, with talent evaluation.
Did he watch the Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder? Were they young and fast? Did they defend? Did they get out and push the pace? Yeah, that's what they did. Did they have a center that has to bog down their offense in the half court? No.
Yeah, I agree. He doesn't seem to be watching the game the way they're playing it now.
And it's disturbing. It's really disturbing.
Well, I agree. I that's why I wondered, you know, whether they secretly feel one way, but they're telling us something else.
You know what? From what I understand, he runs the whole thing. He's got a bunch of people in that front office, and he doesn't listen to any of them. It's just a Maury production, what I've been told. All right, here's your general knowledge to start it off, Greg.
All right.
What is the Taj Mahal made of? When they built the Taj Mahal way back in the historic days, amazingly built this magnificent structure. What did they might make it with?
I'm saying marble.
Marble is correct. Nice job. Greg gets us out of the chute here. Let me put him on hold. So he's in the clubhouse for the Phillies tickets. Marble is absolutely correct. You know, I've been to the Taj Mahal, Ray.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
As incredible in person?
In person. My travails to India many years ago. It's phenomenal. It's like it's hard to believe how beautiful it is.
That's a bucket list for me.
Yeah. Let's go to Tony in Doylestown. Actually, Tony, I'll tell you what, Tony, you hold on. As soon as we get out of this break, we're going to you because you want to talk about the Phillies and Topper and the three-headed right-handed monster they put in the lineup last night. Mike Missanelli Show continues. 610-632-0975 to get in. Again, it's General Knowledge Wednesday. Pair of tickets to the Phillies-Padres game on Wednesday, July 2nd. We're back after this.
Fanatic Sports Update.
NBA Draft Day. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The 76ers hold the third pick in tonight's first round of the NBA Draft. A lot of mock drafts have the 76ers selecting V.J. Edgecombe out of Baylor with the third overall pick. And Edgecombe was asked at his pre-draft media availability about his fit with the 76ers.
I feel like I'll be able to play off of them. They're great players. Embiid's an MVP of the league. Paul George is a runner-up before, so I just feel like I just fit in well with them.
We'll see if the fit is there at 3 and they make the selection. D. Lineman and Kevin Cooney will be live from the 76ers practice facility tonight in Camden starting at 7:30. As you can tune in right here at the Fanatic as they react live to the draft as it happens. As for the Phillies, they were shut down last night and losing 1-0 in the series opener down in Houston. They wasted a gem from Ranger Suarez. He went 7 2/3, struck out 7, allowed just 1 run. Phillies attempt to bounce back tonight with Zach Wheeler and Colton Gordon matching up on the mound. First pitch at 8:10. Jason Stark will join us at 12:25, talking plenty of baseball, certainly about these Phillies, as conversation with Dave Dombrowski on the Starkville podcast. This update is brought to you by the local Rheem Pro partners, the RheemTeam.com. When you want your home to feel like a dream, it has to be Rheem. Stay cool with a high-efficiency AC system from Rheem, RHEEM. Find your Rheem Pro partner at the RheemTeam.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, Union, 97.5 The Fanatic, and 97.5thefanatic.com.